Hello and welcome to Rosalind's Kitchen. This is what we're making tonight. It is cherry mustard meatballs. Looks pretty good, huh? Alright, so it's also a one-pan dish, which we have broccoli. Don't hate on the broccoli. Ground beef. Cherry preserves, Grey Poupon Dijon mustard, Parmesan cheese, and crackers, and of course, our pan. Now, I'm going to warn you right now that tomorrow's meal is going to be done in 2 videos because it's being done in 2 crock pots. Dueling crock pots. Dee. Anyway, so the first part of it's going to be the setting up of the crock pots, and the second part will be the serving with the crock pots. So that should be fun. So anyway, let us get our Holy Saturday meal underway. So I'm going to tip this down. And the first thing I'm doing is I put the oven on 400. And now I'm going to mix my broccoli. And I'm not going to, I think, make all of the broccoli, just because I know my father is not an enormous broccoli lover. So I'm going to save part of my broccoli for future events. But I am going to cut the pieces down to more bite size, because if you're trying to eat broccoli, it helps if the broccoli is not bigger than your mouth. You know what I'm saying? It's all in the mouth there. All right. And there. Doop. Also, the ends of the broccoli, the stem part here, sometimes can get a little dry. And that's never particularly good for eating, you know? So it does to just kind of trim it off. There. All right, so now that our broccoli is down to a more manageable bite size, let's see, what else? We are going to add some olive oil. Alright. And we're going to add the, well, it looks like it's supposed to tear there, but it's not cooperating, so we're just going to kind of cut it. You. All right. I think I need some more olive oil. There we go. Now, in case you're wondering, they do give me how much olive oil I'm supposed to have put in this, but since when have I ever listened to them? You know? There. Come on. Work with me here. Work with me. And And I push all my broccoli over to the side. And I need 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt. And a pinch of pepper. All right. Now, to move on to the meatballs. So, I'm going to take my meat and my crackers, which I'm going to crumble. And I'm going to mix them in a dish, so I'll be right back. All right, so I'm going to add 1/4 of a teaspoon of salt, a pinch of pepper, my cracker crumbs, which equals 4 crackers in case you're making it without a pack, 2 little packs. And now mix them up. Cracker crumbs make a good dry bread thing to mix with meat. And you need the dry bread because it helps to hold the meat together. Hey, come back here. Right. It holds the meat together. That's why when you make a meatloaf, you put breadcrumbs in it. So, and when you make meatballs, you also put bread in it. All right, so, back here. I have escaping bits of meat and crackers. All right, so here is my meat. Now, I need to divide it into 2 equal parts. This one has a little bit too much. This has a little too little. And you notice I found my latex, well, neoprene thing, gloves. There is an advantage to having a whole bunch of different first aid kits all around the house. All right, so equal. Now I'm dividing these 3, or these 2 into 3. And they say make them about the size of a golf ball, as opposed to a tennis ball, I suppose. All right, now they say make them equal. You will note this little sucker is a little too big, so I'm going to add a little bit to this one. It's not an exact science, but you know. There we go. What would you say? About the same? Yeah, I would too. And there. Now I gotta divide this one, so break you off and break you off. I think I did better on that one. See? They're all about the same size. I'm going to roll them just a little bit firmer. I can push that down a little bit. There. Okay. we have our six meatballs and our Parmesan covered broccoli. And now I'm going to stick this sucker in the oven for about 22 to 24 minutes. So I'll be back. In preparation for my thing, they say to do this in the pan with the meatballs, but I'm going to go ahead and do this now. Where did they go? There we go. All right. I'm going to go ahead and make up my glaze. And I think I should warn you that it's probably not going to be all that well received because my father's already making faces, so, you know. So, if it gets an okay, that'll be good, you know. We may have to go with my opinion on this. Kind of funny. When I was younger, my father was all about adventurous eating. Now, not so much. But I will not give up on the adventure, so. There's my glaze. And we just have to wait for the meatballs and broccoli to finish. So, all right, so I have removed my broccoli. Now I will put my glaze in here with my meatballs. And stir them up. My meatballs are not cooperating with me. All right. There we go. Well glazed. Now, this is what it's supposed to look like. This is what it does look like. Hang on. There we go. And now we will see what it tastes like. Okay, I was right. It was okay. I kind of liked it, and my dad said that the meatballs were not bad. So anyway, tomorrow will be a slow-cooked ham and a slow-cooked scallop potatoes. So I shall see you on Easter. Bye.